We often think Homo sapiens won the evolutionary race because we were the smartest and strongest. But for most of history, we weren't the champions. Neanderthals had bigger brains and tougher bodies. Denisovans survived a brutal cold that would kill us. At least 8 other human species walked the earth alongside us, better suited for survival. So how did we end up as the only ones left? Go back 300,000 years. The world was crowded with different types of humans. Picture campfires lighting up Europe, Asia, and Africa, tended by different faces using different tools. None of them knew they were being slowly erased. Then, something happened in slow waves that left only one branch standing. About 70,000 years ago, Homo sapiens began moving out of Africa. As they traveled, they bumped into territories where Neanderthals and Denisovans already lived. This wasn't a planned war or a massive invasion. Instead, it was a slow, accidental meeting of neighbors. Different human groups ended up sharing the same hunting grounds and seeking shelter in the exact same caves. We know they interacted closely because of the clues they left behind. Today, scientists can find bits of Neanderthal and Denisovan DNA inside living humans. Places like Denisova Cave in Siberia tell the story perfectly. Deep in its dirt layers, experts found tools and fossils showing that different human species used the exact same cave at different times over thousands of years. They were sharing a world, passing through the same doorways, and slowly leaving their marks on each other. Our secret weapon wasn't fighting skills. It was the way our minds worked. Homo sapiens developed symbolic thinking, which allowed us to share complex ideas and form massive social networks over long distances. More importantly, we had a cumulative culture, meaning each generation passed down its knowledge so the next generation could improve it, rather than starting from scratch. Think of it like the difference between one person trying to solve a giant puzzle all alone versus a massive relay team passing helpful notes forward for 10,000 years. Because we could pass information along a huge chain of people, our communities stayed connected. This special network allowed Homo sapiens to trade valuable tools and items across hundreds of miles. Other human species lived in small, isolated groups and couldn't do this. Our ability to share ideas gave us an invisible edge that changed everything. Our trading networks and large social groups gave us a massive advantage. When a bad winter or climate change hit, Homo sapiens could share food and tools with neighboring groups. Neanderthals could not. They lived in small, isolated families. If their local food disappeared, they had no one to ask for help. Because they couldn't handle these climate shocks, Neanderthal populations began to shrink. Around 40,000 years ago, their massive territories started breaking into tiny, scattered pockets. They were forced into a few final hiding places like Spain and Croatia. Cut off from the rest of the world, these small groups became lonely islands of humans. Without new people joining them, their families became smaller and weaker. They reached a tipping point where they simply couldn't recover, slowly fading away until only their fossils were left. Eventually, the crowded human family tree narrowed down to just one surviving branch. But the disappearance of other species wasn't just about extinction, it was also about absorption. Instead of completely vanishing, our ancient relatives were folded into us. Scientists have found incredible proof of this blended history. In Israel's Skull Cave, archaeologists studied the fossilized skull of a 5-year-old child who lived 140,000 years ago. When experts scanned the bones, they discovered something amazing. The child had the rounded skull shape of a modern Homo sapiens, but a jaw and inner ear structure that belonged to a Neanderthal. This child was a hybrid, showing that our ancestors didn't just replace other humans. They mixed with them. The dwindling groups of Neanderthals and Denisovans did not entirely die out. Instead, their populations slowly faded as they were welcomed into ours, leaving their DNA permanently stitched into the story of modern humanity. This survival story has a dark side. When other human species vanished, unique ways of thinking and incredible physical traits disappeared forever. Nature lost amazing evolutionary experiments that took hundreds of thousands of years to build. The truth is, Our success didn't just come from peaceful sharing. It is highly likely that our ancestors directly outcompete and pushed other humans off their lands. When food became scarce, different species probably fought over the same valleys and animals. These encounters could easily turn violent. Our large groups gave us the numbers to win those battles. While we mixed with some groups, we wiped out others by taking their resources or driving them away. The history of Homo sapiens is often told as a proud victory, but underneath that success lies a shadow of conflict, loss, and the permanent erasing of our closest ancient relatives. Even though those other human species are gone, they left a permanent mirror inside us. Modern humans still carry Neanderthal and Denisovan DNA in their cells. This ancient inheritance actively affects how we look and live today, shaping our skin pigmentation, our sleep patterns, and even our daily energy levels. Most importantly, it controls how we fight off sickness. When our ancestors mixed with Neanderthals, they gained helpful genetic upgrades for their immune systems. Today, scientists can trace specific immune-related gene variants in modern Europeans and Asians directly back to Neanderthal ancestry. These genes gave early travelers a quick defense against dangerous local germs they had never faced before. However, this ancient shield has a modern cost. While these inherited genes still help us fight off bacteria and viruses, they are also the exact reason why many people today suffer from allergies and autoimmune diseases. When we zoom out, we can see that this victory wasn't just a lucky break. It is a deep pattern that defines our entire history. Tiny advantages in communication and cooperation gather speed over time, completely changing the world. The same networking skills that helped our ancestors survive long ago are still at work today. In fact, our basic human habits are direct echoes of that ancient survival strategy. Our constant drive to form friendly alliances, share news, and gossip with our neighbors comes from the exact same brain power. We are naturally built to form massive, connected communities. This deep mental programming is the real engine behind our success. We did not survive because we were individual superheroes. We conquered the planet because we are the ultimate team players. Our instinct to stick together made us the last human standing, and it continues to shape our world today. Look around at the present day. Every single person walking the planet is a living fossil record of that ancient story. We are all moving through life carrying the genetic ghosts of vanished human species inside our bodies. Their history did not completely end. It simply became a part of who we are. This realization changes how we look at ourselves. You are not just descended from a single group of lucky survivors. Instead, you are the very last branch of a magnificent human family tree that used to have a dozen others growing alongside it. Our survival was never about having the biggest muscles or being the strongest individuals. The true secret to our success was our unique ability to connect, share, and build communities. We thrived because we were never alone until we were.